So, I've been doing these hunting videos and shit, and nobody's viewing them. Nobody. The only views I get is fucking with subs. So I guess I might have to start doing some crazy shit with these subs. I'm gonna move shit around in this truck. I'm gonna keep my center console box with a 10-inch Skar in it. I'm gonna finish that today, actually. I'm gonna pull it out. I'm going to pull my sub out of it. I'm gonna cut my hole for my cup holders because I need those bad in there. I've got a whole fucking kit to cut my cloth. I'm redneck as hell, but I love bass. But I've got some camouflage with deer on it for my material that I'm gonna use for it. I'm gonna wrap that thing in, and then hopefully eventually I'm gonna take this fucking whole headliner out, and I'm gonna redo that in camo too. I want to do some different camo for like my headliners and shit. So right now I'm just doing this just to make sure my box don't fucking get fucked up and shit. So it is pouring. In the state of Kentucky, it is pouring. So I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna unhook everything. I'm also going to reroute these wires, take some shit out of here, and get this some bitch cleaned up. I need to take it down to the mechanic shop and have them look at the four-wheel drive unit. I know it's an electrical issue. I know it is. I'm getting one hot to the four-wheel drive button, but I'm not getting anything else. I'm not getting a ground, and I'm not getting any other. But I don't have time to fuck with it, seriously. I mean, I just don't, and I really don't want to. I'll let them diagnose the issue and problem. If it's just something's, small, I'll let them do it. Fuck it, I'd rather pay somebody else to do that kind of thing. It saves me time. And I can be busy making money, and they can fix my shit and make a little money. So, I'm gonna let them do their thing right down the road, and hopefully they'll get that shit fixed Monday or Tuesday. I haven't called them yet, but I should have, but oh well. I am also going to order the rockers. I've been watching videos and shit on YouTube. Hey, I love YouTube. On replacing the rockers. So I got one cab corner on the driver's side that probably needs fixed too. But I'm gonna just show you this while I'm talking about it instead of showing my face. You guys rather look at the truck. So this side isn't as bad as the other side. It's starting to get there though. So there's an outer rocker and there's an inner rocker. Oh, the battery's too low for the flashlight. But guess what? I love Milwaukee shit, baby. I use it for doing plumbing. So that's this side. And it's not really that bad up here. I mean, it's starting to get that bad, but not terrible. So, and you can see the inner rocker is rusted too. The other side is way worse. So, when you drive by someone, it's got a badass truck, and I want to make sure that they're seeing my passenger side, so I roll up on their driver's side. Cause this side is horrible, man. It's crazy. And it's all the way back here too. So it's still a good looking truck. It needs a little, a little work done to it. my driver door got stuck into lock position, and I couldn't open it from the inside or the outside. So I got pissed off, and of course, I got some anger when it comes to my own shit not working correctly, and I broke the panel apart and shit. I just tore it apart. I mean, I tore it into like 3 and 4 pieces. My buddy was like, "What the hell are you doing, dude? Why the fuck would you break that?" Well, I couldn't get it open. So I fucking broke it apart and got it open. Well, I got so pissed off on it, I stopped working on it. And then the next day, I come home and the door's open. Well, no, not even the next day. It was I went to a job, did a side job, came back to the house, and my dad was up here at the garage, and he had the door open. I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I was like, "I've been working on that sumbitch for like 2 and 3 hours trying to figure out how to get it open and shit, and I fucking couldn't get it open." So he finally got it open. I gotta fix that. I probably need to order a couple rods for it. So I'll probably show you guys a video on that. Or if I don't want to fuck with it, I'll just, when they do the 4-wheel drive shit, I'll just let the fucking mechanic shop do that. So I don't know. Some shit I like to fuck with and some shit I don't. Like when it comes to like electrical bullshit, or like little shit like that, I don't like to fuck with it. But when it comes to like working on the fucking motor or working on, suspension work or something like that, like where my hands are gonna get greasy, then I like to work on it. But I don't like to work on little fucking pain in the ass shit. But I mean, it's weird because I love subs and I love fucking with that shit. You see this? This is gonna be gone here soon. I'm gonna change this all out too. And I need to do something with my seal up here too, because it's fucking falling down and it's causing a leak, so I can't have that shit. See, when the carpet's wet, it gets damp when it rains. So I don't know. And when I had that big box in here, me and my cousins, we decided to spray it with that fucking Flex Seal shit. And stuck it in there. It wasn't fully dried, and it got all over my seat. So now I need to either replace that seat or put a cover on it. But I'm thinking about I'm actually thinking about taking that seat out and building my own seat. It'd be cool to build 2 basically bucket seats and then finish my basically center console build, and just go on back up the back of the fucking wall there. That'd be kind of cool. And then have 2 more tins in it. Or probably even 3. Because what I want to do is I want to put those tins on 1 ohm is what I want to do. So 2 of them together, I can put it at 1 ohm. So I'll need 2 amps. And I mean, I got the wires there for it. I got 0 gauge. I got splitters there, which I need to get rid of. One of those split. No, actually, I need to keep that. Yeah. So I actually need another one that has 4. Yeah, that's a 3. I need a 4. So my my train horn compressor can run off of one of them, and then the other amp can run off of one of them. So, but I would love to do that. Have 4 tins in here, and then have 2 amps. Build me an amp rack down there and shit underneath the seats and stuff, and make it cool, But man, I want to do all this shit, but I don't have time to do it. But here soon, I'm gonna make time though. I'm gonna clean this shit up today, clean the truck up, and then get these wires fucking figured out and ran some other way. I might even have to build me a amp rack down there or something for it, because I'm tired of fucking seeing that shit. It's annoying. This wire was for another ground for another amp that we put in there, and it just fucking the amp was no good. I threw it away, and I bought a brand new one, which was only like a couple 100-watt amp that I was gonna hook up to that speaker box of the 2 6x9s and the 2 5.5s that I had put in the back of the bed that I had, showed you guys. But that amp fucking was no good either. Bought it for like 80 bucks. I should have took it back, but I just fucking threw it away. I wasn't even worried about it. Alright, I'm going to kick this off, and I'm going to go in here. I'm going to take everything out. I'm going to take my sub box out, take the sub out of it, get it prepped to wrap it, and then I'm going to clean this shit up. While the wrap, while in the process of the wrap, it's got to dry and shit, the spray adhesive. I'm using this spray adhesive, so I'm going to use that for it. I'm going to basically spray it on there a little bit, and it dry. And they say it dries fast, so you have to spray a little bit, put your wrap down on it, and then work slowly with it. I'm going to pull my handy dandy saw out here. I'm going to make it longer. I'm going to clean it off first though, because I can't have all the shavings and shit on my new cloth. So we're about to get this in. So just give me a few minutes to get shit situated, cleaned out, trash cleaned out, and we're going to get started. And I'll put a little light on the subject. And we're going to get this bitch in. So, let me take this off my charger. My phone's dying. I didn't charge it all last night. So over to the girlfriend's house and grab my charger. So, hold on, let me turn this around. So, this is a bad motherfucker right here. I ordered this about a month ago, I'd say, or a little less. So it has your regular hookup for like your chargers and shit like that, but also it has actual little like USB hookup for your chargers and shit, and then each switch will light up. I got this for my lights, my LED bars and shit. I'm going to eventually put another bar up here. Up at top, I have these, which they are not hooked up yet, and I've been waiting to hook up the switches for it. So those are going to be ran off of it. And then the light bar up top is going to be ran off of it. And then I'm thinking about putting my new fog lights on there too, which one of the brackets broke off underneath, so I might have to re-drill it, put those in. Everything's matching basically, so they're all this style lights, and which I love the style, love the look of them. And I bought another big ass section of lights that you would go on your stock bumper, and they would go on where your front license plate goes. It's a one-piece bracket that mounts to your bumper where the license plate would go, and then it has 3 or 4 different lights going across it. I bought that for my old bumper. I got this new big bitch, and I want to put a winch in there, so I can't put it on here. But this switch, I'm going to actually cut this out today too and get it ready, but it's going to go right there. It's going to be bad ass. So we'll have that installed too. The wiring is kind of crazy looking. It already comes with its own fuses and shit on it. So you basically hook up your positive and your negative to it and then roll with it. So basically you'll run your positive to your lights, then back to this, and run your negative to the lights, all off the battery, and then run it from the lights to the switch. So it's gonna be pretty sweet. And then it also has a voltmeter on it to see how much volts I'm pulling. I wanted one that showed basically, I don't know what the hell you would call it, ohms or whatever, dBs, that the subby's putting out, but I didn't. I'll eventually get one, but I'm just probably going to get one where you just plug it up to your little 12 volt that plugs in there. That way I don't have to have it all the time. So, but I'm going to do that once I get my 3 or 4 10s in here. Don't really care about this, the 110. So right now it's just clarity, but then once I get my whole, what I'm going to do with the back seat bullshit figured out, I was thinking about splitting this seat in half, but the whole bar goes across there to lift it up. I'd have to cut that in half, and then the other side I would have to figure out how I was going to lift up that and shit, but I don't know, we'll see on that part. I got a lot of fucking different shit I want to do with this truck, but this time and money comes into play, which, I mean, I can buy the shit. I just would rather not spend a bunch of money on this shit, but I'm going to eventually. I mean, it's trying to get a house right now, so it's kind of up in the air at this shit. I'm trying to just work with what I got right now. So I have plenty of shit I have to do, so, but I think for now, just seat covers and fix my box and put my plugs in and shit and my lights and hook everything up and be good to go for now. Buying tools kind of fucked me too. 2 weeks ago I spent $400 something on a Milwaukee set of tools. So, which I had other Milwaukee shit, but my Sawzall and it went to crap, and then I lost one of my drills, so I had to go out and buy some more shit. Takes money to make money, baby. So, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this box out and shit, and clean the rest of this bullshit up and get to it. I decided to go ahead and clean up this little shit right here first before I start wrapping that box. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put me a little amp rack in there with that MDF. Basically let it sit there. The amp will sit there. I'm going to take all these wires and push them back up underneath all this seat. Clean them up, you know, get them out of the way so they're not, you know, in the footpath. I'm about to take this extra ground wire off of here because I don't need it now, and I'll save it for when I get my other amp, and then that'll be good with that. I have to put a little spacer right here because if you guys can see, it's up on top of the factory bracket right there. The bolts are still in it, so it's rubbed where I need to drill it. I'm going to drill through it, put those factory bolts through the box, and have it mounted. You can see it better there, where the bolts are. And then we'll put a spacer here to fill that up or it won't wobble and shit. But once I get the bolts in there, I should be fine. So that's what I'm working on now, to clean this shit up. And then eventually I'm gonna take this compressor, I'm gonna build something here to where I can have this compressor at an angle to tuck it back up in there a little bit more. So that's what we're working on right now. I'll show you guys when I get finished. I'm getting all this taken apart. I done took the 0 gauge off of my block here. I'm gonna cut that down eventually when I get the amp situated up there. Yes, it's gonna be in a tighter spot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my board cut, and where this manufacturer bolt's coming up through, it was for my the old crank style jack that came with the truck from factory. So I'm gonna end up drilling a hole through that so I can slide that bolt through and just have one bolt holding that in, which should be good enough. So basically sit like that, but more this way. And yeah, that'll be nice and tucked back up in there, the amp will. And then I'm gonna change out that amp. I'm gonna get a better amp once I get my other 10s, but for now this is okay for this 10-inch subwoofer. It's not pushing the watts that I want to the sub, but it's help breaking it in. So, which it's still it's still a little stiff, but it is broken a little bit. But we still have a little ways to go. So yeah, I'll show you guys once I get everything situated and done and ready to rock and roll. So my other connection for my ground was fucked up. It's still hooked up to my amp, but I'm going to replace it because I liked that one better. And it's long enough lead to where I can go over there and cut it off. I'm going to make it a little shorter for my amp. I took out that bracket that you guys seen before. That one's for that jack. Just went ahead and took it out because I didn't want this wire laying on metal. And I also bent this up a little bit, this fitting, to where it wasn't touching the carpet. I'm going to go ahead and probably put some electric tape around that just to play on the safe side. I know it's just a ground, but you never know. So I'm going to go ahead and get this drilled and put in place where I want it, kind of get it even, mark it, and then drill it, set it in place. And then find a nut to go on top of that bolt. Then I'm going to get the amp drilled or screwed onto that board before I push it back up in there. Get my wire situated. And that way I don't have to work up in that tiny space and put all these wires back into place and together. So then I'm going to make a small hole in the carpet here somewhere, or actually back here somewhere, fish my wire through coming out of my sub box. That way it's underneath the carpet so you don't see it. So I'll only have one, and then these two for my train horn. This is the positive lead for it. It goes right to my horn, which I don't know exactly where that is. Oh, it's right here. I'm surprised it went off. It didn't go off because let's see, it's got it squished in there. It probably will. They want to pull it out. That's crazy. But that's my horn. It's all fucking sandwiched in here and shit. Train horn. Probably loud as hell in here. Oh, I got the damn. No, duh. I got the power wire lead off of it. It's hooked up into here. So I hate how these are. I can't wait to hook this up to that, because I'm going to hook it up to this, and then I'm going to get little labels made for each one to put on there, what it is. So once I get all that situated, I'll be good. This is a nightmare. But all really the nightmare is this train horn shit. This fucking shit's all over the place. That's all this little red wire. That's all that is. It's all the train horn shit. So, yeah, tune in here in a minute. Should be done. So I got my lights, or my switches, just fucking around. And that's pretty sweet. Pretty awesome. Put a little light on it. Isn't that sweet as hell? So, we need to get this bitch plugged in and hooked up. It's freaking awesome. I can't wait to get it in the dash. Progress on the amp rack. So I got it screwed to it. I just got to put it up in there. Put my wires back up. What I was doing was, before I decided to fuck with that switch, I was taking a look at this train horn. And all this wiring, most of it is just for the damn switch itself. So, what I'm thinking is trying to take that positive and negative somewhere else, which I don't really want to do on the negative. The negative's right there. So, all of this is the switch itself, which is just a positive, is what it is. It's the positive side. So if I take this and I take it straight off the battery, that'd be nice. But the bad part about that is I'd have to reroute it into here. Which, I mean, no big deal. I could go through the firewall like any other shit I do, but I can't remember. Well, this is going to the actual pump itself, so, and then this is going to the horn, but I'll figure it out. I'm wanting to go ahead and put it in that switch, and figure that switch out. So if I use this as an example on that switch and try to figure out, on and off, because when I had that hooked up to the positive and negative, these were all lit up and on, so that's the off position, and then that's the off position, and this would be on position. So I just need to figure out that kind of thing, which I might do that right here, because I already have a positive and a negative here. So, which that would be easy to do right here. So yeah, I might just do it right here. But I'm going to get my amp hooked up in here and set up, and then bolt it down, and then run my wires in, which is going to suck, but fuck it. It is what it is. That's how my amp's going to sit up in there, just like that. It'll be nice and out of the way. It's gonna be nice. Nice. I think I might just go ahead and hook everything up the way it is and just tuck my wires back, and then I can just take some electrical tape and kind of fold stuff up and electrical tape it. That way I still have all my extra wire. That way I'm not cutting anything too short and all that jazz. Because who knows, later on, once I get my new box in here and shit, when I take this seat out or whatever I do, I'll have my extra wire there. So that's what I think I'm going to do. But this is going to clean it up nice. It's going to push everything back. So stay tuned. Well, I did all that work putting that sumbitch up in there, making it clean and shit with the amp, and the motherfucker hits and it won't come all the way down. So now I gotta redo it. Think about if I just angle it down, it'll work. Because I want it there. I want it sitting there. But we'll see. And there's no room to go up in the back of it because that back seat is all the way on the wall. So it sucks. It's alright though. There will be another day, which means tomorrow. I'm just tidying up, cleaning up, and gonna be done for the night. I got the top glued on that and the center on that, going down it. So tomorrow I'll do the sides. And that'll be done. Which I still have to cut for the cup holders up front, but it won't be that big of a deal. I'll just mark it, cut out what I need to cut out with a knife, and then drill through it. So hopefully that glue will set up pretty good. Hopefully. But we're done for the night. See y'all tomorrow. So we're back at it again today. It's kind of late though. I don't even know why I'm even up here, but so like I showed you last night, the top, I got it down, and then the step down, all down in the front of it. Now I just need to do the sides. The tricky part is going to be is this right here, which hopefully it's not going to be that bad. I guess I'll get it sit in there, spray it, get it sit in there, and then cut what I need to cut. But this shit ain't as easy as you think. I thought it wasn't that bad, but trying to get all these lumps and stuff out of it, like air pockets, is hard as hell. And back here, this one is not all the way against the wood. That one is, but right here isn't. I'm not gonna pull it up and redo it either, because it just is what it is. If I have to, I can cut it right down there and then push it in. But I'm not gonna worry about it. We're gonna try to get the rest of it done, and then on the back side, I'm gonna try to put it inside here, the lip. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, she's coming together slowly but surely. So we're gonna get into it and see how it happens. See how it works out. So I got both sides, the top, the step down, and this front part done. I just have to cut the excess off here, blend it in with that in the front, which isn't a big deal. It'll be hidden, and then I gotta do the back side where the sub goes in. It's fucking looking dope as hell. Hell yeah, I kind of like it. Comment and if you guys like it, it's kind of fucking cool. Well, it is fully wrapped on the top part. Back is done. Sides, top, everything's done. Just need to cut off the strip on the bottom, fold it underneath, and we shall be good. I'm gonna let that fully cure overnight. Tap up the bottom, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. So I've been working friggin' for a long time on this fucking box. Finally, she's all wrapped. And there's little imperfections. I promise you there is. The camo hides it pretty well though. It's friggin' awesome. But that's the bottom of it. And yeah, some of the corners, like that corner and that corner I didn't get, but I'm not really worried about it because that's the bottom. And that'll be hidden. But the rest of it is freaking awesome. So I'm going to let this dry overnight and then come back in probably tomorrow sometime or Tuesday, and I will put the sub back in it. I need to find my holes here, which I'll let everything dry. I got freaking glue all over my freaking hands. Find the holes for the mount in the center so I can mount it down, then put my sub in it, and then be ready to rock and roll. So she is wrapped up, and tomorrow I'll show you guys the finished product. But for now, that's gonna be the video, and I will upload that right now.